meus amigos, como vai? Tudo bem? Aqui quem fala é o Cubo, retornando com mais uma gameplay de Final Fantasy XVI. Estamos aqui em Tabor, vamos fazer essa missão secundária agora. Lá em cima. Como a gente chega lá? Vamos ver.
Feel like I fleshed 100 skins today.
Stay focused, will you? One slip with that scrape and the hunter's hard work.
Como é que a gente sobe? Tem um acesso por aqui. Como é que a gente chega lá? Talvez subindo pelas escadas. Bem provável. Nossa, não tinha reparado que era tão grande assim o lugar aqui, cara.
These aren't ready for sale, if that's what you're thinking. And I'll thank you to keep your hands to yourself.
Tá bom, não vou nem chegar perto. Achei.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals?
You!
E aí?
Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Amplamente recompensado. Vamos lá, né?
Climb the stairs and...
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. One each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Vamos lá então. Tá, o primeiro tá daqui do lado. Não, o primeiro tá aqui. Filhos dos caçadores, agora lavradores deste solo. Colhei as bênçãos prometidas e protegei esta terra das pragas que assolam.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
That mark. You must be Lord Rosfield. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, my lord. I, too, am a member of the cause, though I spend most of my time hunting. For the good of the village, you understand. The soil is poor here, so the people sup mostly on meat and blood. The hides, meanwhile, they make into leather and then into gill.
Tá bom. Alguém trata a gente com respeito. Andarilhos das planícies douradas, finquei vossos pés nesse firme chão. Compartilhai vosso orgulho com todos os seus iguais, pois sobre as pedras da cidade agora juntos viverão.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Thank you for the deer leg, mister. Mummy made a pottage for it.
Have you noticed the elder has been coughing less of late?
Yes.
And a scratch on them.
So it's these stones to Canva and the rest of the boxes.
Aqui. Guardiões do cristal, vós sois as primeiras pedras de Tabor. Sagrado seja o vosso sangue, e como uma mãe, protegei a cidade com fervor.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Vamos lá. Voltar. Moeda Goblin. Sinceramente, espero que depois de tudo que a gente está juntando de dinheiro e itens para venda, a gente consiga uma boa grana. Tá cuidando embaixo. E aí, meu amigo?
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen for myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Putz. Que droga. Eu não prestei atenção.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Veja notícia cinza, andarilho de planícies douradas. Cara, eu não lembro de nada de oceano e nem costa.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Filhos dos caçadores, sob juramento de servir ao sol. Filhos dos caçadores, agora lavradores. Eu acho que é esse, deste solo. Filhos dos caçadores, agora dançando. Não, é lavradores.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Obrigado. Foi rápido essa, hein? Missão concluída. Esculpida em pedra. Eu não sei o que aconteceria se a gente tivesse errado. Mas que bom que a gente não errou. Tá, a gente fez todas as missõezinhas aqui. Vamos pra principal, vai. Pra não enrolar mais.
How are those new boots treating you?
Não dá pra descer por aqui.
Beneath the flood, yes.
Não sei se vocês repararam, mas a gente acabou de passar por um poço. Normalmente os poços sempre tinham cristais pra pegar, acho que é água pro pessoal. Agora eles têm que ficar se virando.
Free cities and a sea.
A rota dourada. Eu podia ir com o Chocobo, mas ainda tô preferindo tentar economizar o que a gente pode. Ok. Três rosas do deserto. Achei que dava pra olhar alguma coisa. Ah, desculpem, gente. Tem uma carroça aqui, será que tem um baú? Não. Mais uns orcs. Quebrar o orc mágico aqui. Ok.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
Vou correr lá. Ativar esse obelisco, né? negócio aí tá complicado, pelo jeito.
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Será que é agora que a gente vai começar a enfrentar o Odin, será? Eu ainda acho que não, mas... Olha aqui. Apareceu mais um monte de missão secundária durante o jogo. Vamos para a missão principal, mas dependendo se a gente conseguir resolver essa missão, talvez eu pegue algumas secundárias pra gente fazer depois. Canver Antiga, cidades livres de Canver. O distrito do armazém.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. I was starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
Na verdade, né, o tio dele não.
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
Haja coração pra esse tio, né?
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned. But silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the horde arrived. Some in the merchants' district to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the merchants' district, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship? The Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you. You too.
Bom, tamo com Torgal, tamo Susi. Aí você vê as fagulhas azul no meio. Lusco Fusco. Nossa, parece um nome de magia.
Alright, Torgal. Let's find those survivors.
Não dá pra ir por baixo.
They don't stand a chance against those things.
Tá, já sabemos quem a gente vai ter que ajudar. Ui, mataram os caras já? Oh, me acertou, cara? Caraca, mano, você tá poupado também, né? Vou trocar fogo então. Queima a roupa, né? Demorou, mas foi. A gente não salvou ninguém, cara. Tô de cara com isso, hein? Tava na esperança de que a gente conseguia ajudar o pessoal. Até agora. Acabar com esses marcos aqui. Quem lançou? Imagina o cara ainda.
monsters here.
Tá. Achando um monte de item que eu acredito que vai ser usado mais para venda ou para farmar algum outro item depois. Ih! Minha vez então, pô. Acabar com esse cara de uma vez. Ok. Deu boa. Um monte de pessoas caídas aqui. Isso não é legal. Atacar esse cara primeiro. Pegar um item aqui também. Ok, baú. 2000 guilds, tá bom. Caraca.
Joshua and Jill must be busy.
Ah, safado. Pô, caramba. Da onde esse cara saiu? Por todo nada, cara. Maluco? Ah, queria que tivesse dado tempo de a gente usar essa magia do Mega Flare. Senhor da Guerra. Vamos detonar o Senhor da Guerra aí. Droga, perdi o lacerante. Vamos usar mais um desse, vai.
Survivors inside.
Fica lá dentro, né? Provavelmente. Super poção. Um baúzinho. Dádiva da luz, sopro flamejante. Mais uma poção. Alguém vai aparecer aqui. Um espaço amplo demais. É, falei?
These creatures. His ultimates reach extend this far. What the hell is going on here?
Eu nem vou usar ainda um ataque de larga escala. Tô quase certo que vai aparecer mais daqui a pouquinho. Ou pelo menos um grandão vai aparecer. Ô cara, tá achando que tá batendo em quem, maluco? Aquele ali. Esse daqui que a gente vai lutar. Esse espectro aí fica protegendo os outros aí, não dá boa. Mais um da pequena protegendo.
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
Ah, finalmente você apareceu?
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt, and now you're here, with an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled.
Convencido, hein?
I am Sleipnir of House Harvard. And you will yield.
Sleipnir.
Or not.
As long as you don't hold back.
E o que é essa coisa em volta de mim, hein? Ô, me acertou, cara? Safado! Isso aqui. Finalmente.
Forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Newfos. Yes! Yes!
Nice try.
Caramba, não acertou aí? Ai, fiz besteira. Meu Deus.
Actually, I wouldn't. There's a good boy.
o cara o máximo que a gente puder, hein? Ah, não acertou ele? Nada? Sério? Porque ele não tava no chão. Faz sentido.
Casual ready.
Finalmente, pô. Esse cara foi chato, hein? Esse Sleipnir. Mas foi boa essa luta. Insígnia sanguínea.
The vessel is strong. My liege.
Ok.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well,
a gente também.
You did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Quer ver que o cara vai se transformar? Odin?
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Walud.
Get back.
I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer, one that must be excised.
Isso não parece bom.
Try it.
Putz.
As all the rest.
Joshua!
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Putz, quer ver que ele vai matar a Jill?
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Caramba, o que será que rolou? Putz, vai ficar muito de cara se matar a Jill. Algum tempo depois, arredores da cidade, as cidades livres de Canver. A fundição.
Will you be alright?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gil into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You got mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. Behind here, I wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
Verdade.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Agora a gente tem que se resgatar a Jill, cara. Pô. Fiquei de cara com isso. Os caras levaram ela, cara. Muita sacanagem. Canção esperançosa.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
Vamos ver aqui, tem de itens aqui. Tem que repor nosso potion que a gente gastou.
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say, I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up, or you'll have me to answer to.
Ok.
Clive.
Pergunta sobre o Guts.
That grey lump.
Ela é uma mais gentil, obediente, que eu já tive o prazer de conhecer. Ele pode não ser o cristão mais brilhante do caixote, mas tem um bom coração e eu prefiro um tolo honesto do que um canário astuto trabalhando pra mim. Ele nunca se esquiva dos deveres, nunca responde, nunca mergulha os dedos nos cofres.
Não.
Não, nunca ouço uma única palavra ruim sobre ele. embora eu mesmo possa dizer algumas. Agora o rapaz tem até o Blackthorn ensinando ele os segredos da ferraria. Então estou de olho na forja. Eu e aquele ferreiro fanfarrão vamos conversar se ele pensar em derrubar o Guts. Tá.
Going purse weighing you down?
Olha, achamos uma espada melhor que a nossa.
It'd better all be
Eu
here.
não vou equipar ainda. Esse daqui tá.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that.
Será que a gente consegue fazer alguma coisa aqui já?
What do you want?
Espada única mais um.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Esse aqui dá boa.
Should last you a good while.
Pra melhorar mais nesse aqui.
Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do.
Tá.
Anything else?
Uma espada um pouco diferente. Tá, achei que tivesse. Deixa eu atualizar nosso bom velhinho. Ver se. Eu realmente não sei se essa sabedoria que a gente adquire tem algum sentido, mas.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Não deu pra.
What subject shall we consider today?
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
Deve ter mais coisas aqui ainda, hein?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Desde que consigo me lembrar, eu trabalhei apenas para meu próprio ganho. Dei as costas para o mundo em troca de um punhado de seda e uma bolsa pesada. Mas onde isso me levou? É difícil ter alegria no coração quando todos à sua volta não têm. Algo precisa mudar e essa mudança vai começar comigo, ajudante só.
All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
Olha que bicho que apareceu novo aqui. Cometa devastador. Os caçadores estão comentando sobre um chocol selvagem que, além de terrorizar as terras baldias vizinhas, também parece seus pesadelos. Demonstra uma ferocidade raramente presente nas espécies, já dilacerou e se alimentou de mais de uma dúzia de camaradas. Não há mais como domesticá-lo e precisa ser sacrificado. Tá, vamos fazer umas missõezinhas secundárias, como eu tinha falado.
Quick look.
Em busca de justiça 2. Vamos fazer isso aqui? A continuação lá do Queen. Ele ia se vingar do cara lá que matou a família dele.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need.
You know what you have to do.
I won't let you down.
Só estamos eu e o Torgal.
Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
Tá bom. Priorizar. Tá, vamos lá.
To Gotan's Bales then, and quickly, before anyone else finds them.
Vamos chegar lá no pessoal. Eu realmente achei que ia ajudar o cara, sei lá. Não duvido que o pessoal aqui peça pra gente ajudar ele, hein?
Everyone, Quinton has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quinton. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quinton.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quinton to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quinton die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Pode deixar. 1000 e poucos metros. Vamos fazer uma viagem aqui pro Ninho do Dragão. Pertinho de onde a gente foi naquela bomba. Na caçada.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Porque tem um monte de monstro zoado agora, né?
Don't tell me I'm too late.
Caraca, velho. A galera morreu quase em peso tudo aqui.
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then. You're a guard dog. You're just a rabid beast that needs to be put down.
Quis bobear no final aí, querendo manter ele com a magiazinha de longe. Quase que eu tomo mais dano de graça.
If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear.
Nossa.
Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You? You're alive?
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news.
Nice.
It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Inundado com que? Monstros? É.
Lost wing. My lost wing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool.
Vixe. Não seja tolo. Fui.
Damn it. It's not going to last long in there. Come on, Torgal. We need to make this quick. This one. This might take a while. Quentin! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Ô, safado, me acertou, cara.
Fine how.
Mercy. Será que a gente vai conseguir salvar o cara?
I need to get back to Quentin.
Ixi.
Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the thunder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Cachorrada bem na hora, né? Algum tempo depois.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lost Wing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family.
Ok. Acho que agora completamos essa missão.
Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Missão concluída. Em busca de justiça. Placa do enforcado. Tá, gente, vamos fazer o seguinte, vamos pra cá, vamos fazer uma viagem rápida porque tô com pressa. Como eu falei, vou fazer algumas missõezinhas secundárias agora também. Tá, tem uma outra aqui. Vamos lá. Ah, a moça aqui. Esqueci o nome dela.
If we're going to do this,
Eloise.
we'll need help.
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
Vamos lá.
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find the village in Chadras Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Você não vai precisar. Tá bom. Pra cá direto. Eu ia falar, eu acho que era mais fácil, em vez de fazer um vilarejo pros caras aí, eles irem pro nosso esconderijo, tipo. Tava safe, um lugar afastado, de boa.
Oh, you're a friend of the Crimson Caravans. And by the look of you, I'd say you were the help they told me was on its way. Cashlock's just down there, if you'd be so kind.
Pode deixar. Profundezas do Draco. Acabar com o jogadorzinho aqui. Vamos descer. Tem alguma coisa pra cá? Ali seria a saída, eu acho, né?
This must have been a nice place once. It will be again.
Vou queimar um pouco o pessoal hoje. O cachorro safado. Inimigos derrotados. Vilarejo limpo. Subimos de level. Acho que não, falta um pouquinho ainda.
That's all of them. Come on, Toggle. Let's head back to Boklad.
Terminar de vasculhar aqui o lugar, né? Já que estamos por aqui.
This is no time to ride.
Não dá pra chamar o Brasil. Eu lembro que tinha alguma coisa pra cá, né? Aqui. Terminar de olhar tudo aqui esse lugar. Já que a gente não sabe se vai ter que voltar pra essa região ou não. Acho que não vai ter mais caminho, né? Ou vai dar pra ir por baixo aqui? Subiu de nível.
Ready, go? Yeah!
Vou um pouco por aqui só pra gente ver o que acha. Às vezes ali na frente tem até uma caçada. Parece que tem uma área ampla. E não tem nada pra cá. Pelo menos não ainda. Mas realmente eu acho que eventualmente vai ter alguma coisa pra ser feita aqui nesse lugar. Tá, vamos voltar lá.
Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then.
estão tramando aí. Se quiserem ler, dê uma pausa, tá?
Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
Tá, concluímos a missão. Grandes mudanças. A gente chegou no nível 40, né? Ou chegou no 39?
Ah, Clive.
Esperar passar as...
You wanted to talk?
Os falatórios.
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister, he represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy, and I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery, and we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Tá bom. Aqui acabou as missões. Acabou. Vamos fazer uma viagem rápida para qualquer lugar que dê pra sair do mapa. Eu vou ficar aqui para garantir. Tem mais algumas missõezinhas ainda. Aqui é aqui mesmo. Vamos na Marta. Eu sei que no esconderijo também tem mais uma, tá? Provavelmente uma daquelas cartas ainda.
Clive, just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven.
but there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
Tá bom.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Vamos lá. E onde está o Sir Wade? Lá fora.
All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan. Sir Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rosfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
Ok, vamos lá então. Como é que tem uma viagem rápida, hein? Tem, maravilha. Vamos se lembrar desses bandidos aí que tomaram conta.
You think you can just walk in here? Pela.
You will leave Eastpool now, or face the consequences.
ser mais,
That's the
né?
end of that then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here?
Esse bicho aqui é horrível, cara. Com calda, por favor. Será que é o seu nome dele? Que droga, viu? Tentando ganhar tempo, ver se consigo usar o poder desse ataque. Aí. Inimigos derrotados. Com calda, por favor, cara. Pelo amor de Deus, os caras avacalharam com esse nome.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching? I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Acho que deu boa, né? Algum tempo depois.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands. Time to go and tell Martha the good news.
Vamos lá. Viagem rápida.
there you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of my own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Tá, missão concluída também. Reavivando a chama. Eu vi que tinha um item novo aqui no mercador. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui que tem.
Anything catch your eye?
Espada rúnica. Eu já tenho uma no inventário.
Well.
Vamos lá para o nosso esconderijo de volta. Vamos por aqui. Eu quero dar uma olhada naquela outra missão secundária que tem lá. Pra gente zerar tudo que tinha de missão secundária, sabe? Ó, o resto do mundo tá livre de missão secundária até o momento. Vamos ver. Esse é nosso quarto. Esse é nosso quarto. Ah, o Oscar tá aí.
My Lord Marquis, I heard about Eastpool. That some of my fellow guardians are to build a new home there, both for themselves and for Madame Martha's bearers. Is it true?
It's true. The village is to be rebuilt.
I have many fond memories of Eastpool. When I was a child, we would visit my aunt and uncle often. They would lavish attention upon me as if I were the son they never had. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but not nearly as often as I should have.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist Sir Wade in the rebuilding efforts.
But my lord, my training is not yet complete. I couldn't possibly.
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters, but I'm not as hard-hearted as that. Go. Be with your aunt. Rebuild her home. Is what she would have wanted.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Ok. Nossa bancadinha de tesouros aqui tá crescendo também, hein? E tem bastante coisa ainda. Vamos ver as cartas aqui. Nossa, tem um monte de cartas, gente. Vamos ver esse aqui primeiro. Claro, a cidade está muito agradecida por você ter nos ajudado a derrotar os servos, mas ninguém teria ingenuidade de achar que nunca mais nos veremos. Felipe fez a gentileza de se encarregar de que estejamos preparados caso os espectros retornem, mas me preocupo de que a posição do capitão esteja sendo muito pesada para ele. Imagino que o mesmo pode ser dito sobre você e seus fardos. Lembre-se de acabar Se acabar sendo demais, você não está sozinho. Nossos corações e nossos braços estão sempre abertos, assim como as portas do véu. Isabela. Como vai repouso, os guardiões estão se dando bem com os machados e quando não estão exterminando o que restou das ameaças lá, os juncos estão trabalhando para manter de pé as muralhas do repouso. De qualquer forma, se você não tivesse sido firme, ainda que gentil ou persuadir aquela horda, é provável que nós estivéssemos com acásticos até o pescoço. Eu sei que você tem um reino para salvar e tal, mas se um dia precisar de uma revigorada rápida, dê uma passada aqui, que a gente abre uma barrica para você. Acho que é um barril? Marta. As chamas queimam intensamente. O senhor tem o extraordinário talento de aparecer onde mais precisamos de sua ajuda. Sem a sua lâmina, creio que o repouso estaria nas mãos dos acásticos. E nós seríamos apenas mais de um dos seus membros. No entanto, agora que estão em desvantagem e divididos, nós, guardiões, podemos nos esforçar para eliminar os grupos menores. Sem temer sermos dominados, e os machados sangrentos de Marta poderão voltar a defender o promontório. Quanto ao jovem Oscar, peço que me perdoe por pedir que cuide dele. Ele é um bom rapaz, é atencioso, educado e esforçado. Como pode ver, ele já aprendeu tudo o que podia comigo. Seria bom para ele continuar a treinar com um escudo mais digno. E não há ninguém mais digno do que o senhor no reino. Wait. Dramatis personae. Por hora, o guarda e a liga deixaram as diferenças de lado. Agora a gente pode tomar o nosso cuspe de cobra mais ou menos tranquilamente. E eu arrisco dizer que devemos isso à sua cara metade. Ela foi espetacular, quanto você. Olha, de um artista aspirante para outro, posso sugerir que você se esforce mais na entrega. É uma projeção. E no semblante. E que deixe esses braços e pernas menos duros. E, bom, de todo o resto, não iríamos querer sujar nomes supremos, certo? Lubor. Agora aqui, um pedido modesto. Mestre Clive, peço perdão por este gesto repentino e inapropriado. As circunstâncias me forçaram a buscar ajuda imediata e não tenho outra pessoa a quem recorrer. O senhor, seu estimado tio, me deixou carregado de uma tarefa muito desagradável e sinto que não serei capaz de atender as expectativas, especialmente por me faltar aptidão. Marcial, sou apenas um servo, não um mercenário. Embora eu tenha uma aptidão física para cuidar dos afazeres da mansão, sou completamente incapaz de livrar de bandidos em vielas. Se não for incômodo, meu senhor, sobre que venha me visitar no repouso da morte, explicarei tudo com mais detalhes. Sebastian Rutherford, senescal do Lord Byron Rosfield. Vamos fazer.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Vamos fazer mais essa aqui e a gente termina a gameplay de hoje. Só pra gente zerar todas as missões secundárias, tá?
If it's knowledge you seek.
Bom, pelo menos zerar as que tem disponível no momento, né? Quero ver se no próximo vídeo eu tento talvez fazer mais missões de caça também. Quero garantir que a gente tem todo o material que precisa, caso seja necessário, sabe?
My Lord Marquis, it is you? Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, Chief Steward of your Lord Uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Achei que ia ser mais rápido essa missão. Vamos ver. Vamos ver. Vamos lá pra Dalamil. A terra do Aladdin. Aqui. Tô contando que vai ser rápido essa parte.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
The gentleman of the town guard.
Come on. Yeah. Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Tentar quebrar o escudo desse cara de uma paulada só. Inimigos derrotados. Tá, o primeiro cara a gente achou, vamos assim dizer. Falta mais um.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Danimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Beleza. Pra cá no mapa não tem nada, né? Não. Vamos fazer uma viagem rápida pra que lado? Aqui, mandíbula de volta. Tem mais coisa nesse mapa pra ver, hein? Tá vendo que eu tenho muita parte ainda que não descobri? A Vila do Titã aqui ainda. E tá desbloqueado essa parte agora. E pra cá também, né? Só que aqui tá bloqueado no caminho. Pra cá. Ver se eu consigo finalizar essa parte aqui.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. Let's go. Run like the wind.
Meu Deus, quase matei o cara.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
Vamos em frente rapidão. Pra acabar com o resto dos bandidos aqui.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
Lógico que aqui tem o grandão, né?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Chupa-cabra é o nome do cara, mano. Nome zoado. Vou acabar com isso de uma vez, né? Inimigos derrotados.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
Good day. Vamos ter que
My
voltar
uncle
lá?
certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Vamos voltar lá então. A gente fecha essa missão e encerra essa gameplay de hoje. Já aproveito para pedir para vocês deixarem o like e se inscreverem aqui no canal, porque é isso que ajuda a crescer. Se puderem também se inscrever nas mídias sociais, eu vou deixar passando aqui no final do vídeo elas para vocês, mas no sobre do vídeo aqui tem o link direto para ficar mais fácil, tá bom? Então peço encarecidamente que vocês se inscrevam nelas, me sigam, tá bom?
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Tá, acabou? Acabou, missão concluída. Tarefa para o servo. Vou fazer uma viagem rápida lá para o nosso esconderijo. Daí no próximo vídeo a gente faz a missão principal. A gente segue nela pelo menos. Dependendo de como for, se tudo der certo, a gente também aproveita para fazer algumas caçadas, tá? Precisa ter alguns itens para fabricação, provavelmente são essas caçadas que vão nos dar elas. Bom, gente, é isso. Espero que vocês estejam gostando. Se tiverem, por favor, deixe seu like, se inscrevam aqui no canal. Tem as mídias sociais passando, por favor, se inscrevam nelas também. Mas em especial aqui no YouTube, se puderem se inscrever, eu agradeço. Gente, muito obrigado, valeu, falou, até mais. Tchau, tchau, meus amigos.